Man, so about your height was when? 85, 86? What?
84, 84 to 86. They started the Freeway Task Force around 87. Well, they started the Freeway Task Force before that, but 87 is when I really felt it, when they really kind of like started getting some traction, you know, started knowing what my rock houses was. Because, you know, I got kind of
Cocky.
system, not cocky, but I learned a system.
Okay.
You know, I knew it took them 2 months to get a search warrant. You know, they got to send an informant in and try to make a buy and, you know, watch the house for a certain period of time. So by the time they would do that, I'd move to another spot. Because back then, I could buy the houses. You know, at that time, houses in L.A. was probably selling for like $80,000. So, you know, I could almost buy a house every week. So I would buy houses. Just to turn them into rock houses.
No, that's right.
And it also was an investment. Because, you know, I would always try to get it under market value.
Yeah.
You know, I get it a little cheaper than what it's supposed to be for. But I would just move them around.
And now they turned to a money house, a chill spot, a smokehouse.
Yeah.
Did you have that system where they come in and smoke and could do their thing?
When I first started.
Okay.
But after a couple of years, we were so big that you know, we didn't have time to let nobody smoke in there.
Right.
You know, it was two lines lined up, you know. You figure what we was doing, we started what we call a double up. So everybody else was selling a gram for $100. We started selling 2 grams for $100.
Amen.
So dudes was coming from
far and wide.
Yeah. And not understanding, I didn't really understand how 4 people would go to make $300 or $400.
Come on now.
To me, you know, I would, you know,
Yeah.
Now that part I probably was cocky about because I didn't care about $300 or $400, but guys was coming from 100 miles, 200 miles to make, you know, extra $200 or $300.
And quality. Don't forget, you just made a point about quality, too. They come find quality. They say great work always sell itself.
Yeah. So I learned all this when I was in prison, you know, when guys was coming up to me. Man, I used to come from, you know, I used to come from Arizona. I used to come from here. I was coming from there.
Coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just why you just didn't get a record company in that time or invest in the rap game early and just get with Easy E? Hey, Easy.
It wasn't no Easy in.
Wow. So you had a jump start on New York shit.
I was doing rap.
Okay.
I was doing rap. I had, we was throwing parties. We was doing that in when I used to play tennis, I used to go and play with some rich people's kids. They would pay me to go, and I was poor in school.
Right.
So the tennis coach who taught rich people kids how to play would set up matches for me with rich people kids because I was a little older and some of my partners was better than me, but they hit the ball too hard. And they didn't want people to hit the ball hard.
Too hard to their
They wanted them to really like work the kid, you know, make the kid work. And with me, that's what they would get. Would be somebody they size, because I was a little guy. I'd be they size, hit the ball kind of like what they hit it, and not overpower them. So I'm playing with these kids, and one of the guys that I was playing with was a guy named Otis Smith. And he took care and bought me shoes, rackets, and I mean, you know, almost treated me like a son. Put $20 in my pocket, you know, at this time.
Big deal.
Big deal. You know, $20 lasts me 2 weeks.
Everything was a quarter.
So now I'm doing real good in the dope game. So I said, I'm gonna take the day off. I'm gonna go watch some pros is playing in Santa Monica. So I'm gonna go watch the pros play today. Had never been to a pro tennis match. And I go out there, so hit a little boy that I used to hit with. Now he a grown man playing for UCLA. He #1 on UCLA team.
Oh, Lord.
They playing against Stanford, all-white team. His team all white except him. And they get into an argument. So I see it's finna be a fight. The brother outnumbered.
Vastly.
And the brother in trouble. And that's like my little brother.
Oh, he's going down.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all finna jump on my little brother. Not today. And these some big white boys too. They was huge. So I get on the phone. I had a phone then. It was like 83-ish.
The big
Yeah. So I'm on the phone. Man, some white boys out there trying to jump on me. Man, my dudes was there in like 10 minutes.
Come on now.
Like a 30-minute drive. They was there in 10 minutes. And just as the match was ending, I see my guys coming over the fence. And the old man who used to buy me all the stuff and feed me and give me tennis shoes, he hit him in the eye. Pow! I saw the pus come out of his eye and everything. And so my my cousin from Tyler, Puckwood hauler, hauled Puckwood all his life. Boy, hands was swole up from hauling that Puckwood. You ever seen somebody?
He like Puckwood? A donkey kick.
So he jumped over the fence. And he running, and he was on his motorcycle, and he running with his helmet. And he looked at me. I said, man, he caught that dude with that helmet, and I saw blood just splatter everywhere. So they beat him up. I go down and break it up. So after I break it up, Otis, who it was, he didn't know who I was. He didn't know me because I was hair on my face. Now, he ain't seen me since I was 16.
And you recognize him?
Yeah, I knew who he was all the time because he had, you know, when you get a certain age, you don't change.
Right.
You know, so I knew who he was. Plus, I knew who his son was, so I knew that was him. So, but he don't recognize me because I was 16. Now I'm like 22.
Right.
And I break the fight up. So the tennis coach come up who introduced us because I wasn't even gonna tell him. I wasn't gonna say nothing to him. You know, that I did that for him. Like, well, nothing, man. I owed you that.
Hey, come on now. If nothing else.
You my man. I would have did more than that if you needed it.
Ooh, for real.
Yeah. You could get more than that. You don't even know what you could get from me.
You know, how powerful it is.
From the way you treated me when I was a kid.
That's dope.
So the coach tell him, oh man, Lil Rick probably did that for you. He said, Lil Rick. He said, yeah, you remember. I'm standing right there, and they talking about me.
Man, he telling
he said, man, you don't remember Lil Rick? He used to play with Lil Otis when he said, oh, yeah. He said, man, I owe you dinner. That's what Otis tell me. I owe you dinner. We're going to go out for dinner tonight. He got the rag over his eye, and eye all swelled up.
Damn.
I said, cool, we can go to dinner. I'll let you buy me dinner. If you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can buy you dinner for real.
Yeah, we really don't need it, but
I really don't need it, but
just to respect.
If you offering it, let's do. So we go to dinner that night, and I never asked him what business he was in. I just knew he drove Rolls Royces, and stayed up in Westwood. So we sitting there, we talking, and I find out he was in the record business.
Whoa.
So I'm already tampering with hip hop. I got artists I'm taking care of and everything. Standing I got apartments, the whole nine.
The whole nine, right.
So he tell me about this girl that could sing and that I should be doing her record instead of hip hop. The hip hop was a fast. So I come to the office next day. We go up to Dick Griffey's office. You know who Dick Griffey is?
For sure.
So we go to Dick's office. Now Dick is telling me, man, get Otis the money he need. He needs $600,000. Get Otis the money. Don't do it in that hip hop. That hip hop ain't gonna last. Now, I remind you, I'm messing with DJ Pooh already.
Wow.
You know, DJ Pooh was with Dre. All them was together.
I know
they
Pooh
all
is.
Was hanging out together
Yes,
at that time. So Pooh spend the night at one of my girls' house sometimes with her little cousin. Her little cousin was in Madcap. I don't know if you ever heard of Madcap.
Yes, indeed.
Madcap was the first group to ever come out on Loud Records. So they would stand at her house when I be out of town, you know, doing my thing.
Right.
She don't want to be by herself, you know, so she bring her little cousins over and they hang out and
kick it,
hip hopping and all that stuff at the house. So Pooh tell me, man, give me the money to do my album.
And Dick told you don't do it.
Don't do it.
Ooh,
so
DJ Pooh.
I give I give Otis the $600,000.
And who was the artist?
Anita Baker.
Wow. So you telling me, man, well, Dick Gregory, so you had the first hand in Anita Baker's first album.
Well, you know, Anita was signed to Chapter 8.
Okay.
Chapter 8 was signed to Beverly Glen Music. I was supposed to be part owner of Beverly. When I gave him that $600,000, that supposed to made me 50% owner of Beverly Glen Music.
And let me guess,
Yeah. Well, I went to jail. They told me, they begged me, you know, Dick, Otis, Barry Gordy, all of them like, man, leave that dope alone. Don Cornelius, because he knew all them. I was in the circle with all them.
Oh, you was right there. You was poised.
So they all told me, man, quit selling dope. And with the power you got, you can run this record business. But I'm like, shit, I'm giving all y'all money.
Yeah, I gotta keep rolling.
If I don't give y'all no money, where the money gonna come from?
Hey,
so I couldn't see myself quitting.
Ooh.
And that's when he did, her first album. We did Anita Baker's first album.
Anita Baker, man, that's history there, man.
I gave Patrick Moulton. Patrick Moulton sung all the hooks, produced all the tracks on that first album. I gave him the production money.
600,000, got it in there. And when you went to jail, they just...
Well, she jumped labels. She jumped from Beverly Glen Music
to Capitol or something like that.
No, Epic, I think.
Epic, yeah.
So I paid the lawyer for the lawsuit while I was in jail. I was paying the lawyer.
That's right, yeah.
But they settled out of court.
And
they settled their case out of court where they never... nobody know what that settlement was.
Undisclosed
amount of money.
Closed on the books.
And then my girl was going to court. She was going to court, keeping up with everything. And then she got, oh, man, they keep putting it off. And I ain't going. And, she got a boyfriend.
For some reason, when you're in jail, your money is not important to the next person as it is to you. That's crazy.
Well, and what they don't be understanding is that without you getting the money, you can't take care of them no more.
Because they probably think you got houses hid with money on the floor. And my people think I grow money on trees in the backyard, so I could just only imagine your story.
So I never knew what they settled for, what that settled amount was. But I was supposed to be part owner of that record label, and he tried to do the paperwork. He wanted to do the paperwork, give me my my paper saying how much. But I knew the game from the way people taught me in the street. Don't put your name on nothing.
Oh, man.
Keep your name off everything.
And then it's the direct opposite for the music. You got to have your name on everything.
Well, really,
you be getting paid today.
I mean, really with houses, too.
Yeah, you got to put your name
because
on there.
What happened is once you go to jail,
it's theirs.
It's theirs. And then, they put in the newspaper I was getting a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
Yeah, your own family give up on you.
Yeah, they say, you ain't getting out. He don't need it.
They don't
I
believe
know one
it.
of my uncles tell me, you ain't giving this house to them girls.